Thank you very much, one and all. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Please be seated. I'd now like to invite upon stage.
Shweta, thank you, Hugh. We don't seem to get tired of listening to you. That was wonderful again. Guys, I'd like to welcome all of you from across 23 states and 13 countries. Can you hear me? Yeah. We're a small community, but we work well together. I've been to Araku 4 times, to Andhra 5 times, and I never knew that the state would have the mountains, lakes, rivers, and of course the sea, which most of you have seen on your way in today. We have lots to thank. I'd like to thank Mr. Meena and Mr. Himanshu Shukla, without who this wouldn't have been possible. And to thank all of you for making the journey out. We're going to have a fabulous couple of days over the weekend. Lots of issues that Hugh raised are going to come up, and there's some exciting sessions and brilliant panelists. The day starts early tomorrow at 6 o'clock. A lot of you have registered for activities. Your registrations are at your hotels. The transfers will go at 6 o'clock. We've got hors d'oeuvres and drinks to follow by dinner. Yeah, so please make yourselves comfortable. Thank you for coming, and we look forward to the weekend.
Very good evening. It's a matter of, I would say, privilege rather than pleasure to be a part of this gathering, which we as a state expect to be the partners of our development in the tourism sector in the future. Welcome to all. This 14th convention of Adventure Tour Operators of India, this planning discussions have been going on since almost last 1 year, and today we have this gathering which we have been planning and which we have been discussing, not only for the sake of organizing such an event, but for the sake of establishing a relationship, a mutually beneficial, mutual understanding between the government and the organization for the future development of tourism in Andhra Pradesh. AP, under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, is always striving and has always strived to reach to the top in that sector. We are third now in terms of domestic tourism footfall, and we want in the next 5 years to become number 1. Apparently, not only in terms of domestic tourism, but international inbound tourism also, a lot of efforts we need to do, because that is one sector where we are still not in a very comfortable position. For achieving these goals, objectives, aims, whatever we call it, not only the government, but it is the stakeholders and the understanding between the government and the stakeholders which is more important. Because as a government, I will provide the stakeholders the necessary space, the necessary policy directions, the guidelines, support, help required at the time of need, and a relationship which is based on mutual understanding. But the actual work, the development of that sector has to be done by the stakeholders, has to be done by the people who are involved in this whole process at the field level, by you, the people who have come from all over India. You have to bring tourists to my state, you have to bring economic development to my state, you have to bring employment to my state, you have to bring a name and a environment of happiness to my state. That is why I am standing here today in front of you, organizing or supporting this event, which I hope, I expect, and I also desire that it becomes a long-lasting relationship between the government and Adventure Tour Operators Association, which we can work towards for having an understanding and forum on policy discussions, for development of business in this sector, for the creation of opportunities in this sector. Adventure tourism is one sector under the whole tourism framework, which we wanted to develop in our state at a large scale, apart from other opportunities which are available in our state. And this whole process, as I had earlier informed in the press conference also, we just don't want to start one activity, two activity, three activities here and there on a temporary basis now and then. But we wanted to institutionalize the whole process of adventure tourism in Andhra Pradesh. And that is why we started the various academies, that institutional framework of Adventure Academy in Gandikota, for Paramotoring Academy in Rishikonda, for Scuba Diving Academy in Vijayanagaram. And this is something which is beyond the policy initiative. Anyway, my colleague Himanshu will speak about the policy framework, the procedures part in the presentation tomorrow. But at the same time, convey the message that my Chief Minister, we at the government level, at the policy making level, we are not only this policy, but we can go beyond the policy also. If some good proposal is there, if some good initiation is there, if some mutually beneficial proposals or projects are placed before the government, we can go beyond it, we can come into an understanding, we can do a partnership, we can do in any form where the project proponent does his work and the government benefits with the project which is outlined for that thing. Mr. Sudesh Kumar talked about the safety guidelines. I think that is a paramount thing for adventure tourism sector. It is the most important aspect of the whole process of the adventure tourism. We have already received this copy from Government of India also. So from state government side also, we will adopt this guideline, I can assure you that thing. And the related government instructions also we will issue in writing. Tourism anyway, adventure tourism or any other sort of tourism is the most, the sector which can give the maximum number of employment to the individuals. Now, there are different figures in terms of provision of employment under tourism sector, but there is one figure which is very reasonable, is that figure given by World Trade and Tourism Council, that every 1 crore additional investment gives around 52 direct employments to people. Now, this is a number which is much more than the normal industrial sector or any other sector, finance sector or any sector. So, since tourism is such a big employment generator, it is one of the most important aspects of the policy of the government to promote tourism. And as a part of our responsibility, in tune with the policy framework, we are partnering with different organizations. And today this convention we are doing as a part of that policy framework only, requesting all of you to be here, to organize your convention here, to discuss various issues related to adventure tourism here, to see our Arakuvalley, to see this beautiful place, to experience this place, to enjoy this place and bring business to this place. I again welcome everybody to my state and to this beautiful hill station of Araku, and I hope your visit here will be fruitful for you, and in the future it will be fruitful for us also. We will continue this relationship, and with these words I would like to end and thank ATOAI and my staff also who have done a lot of hard work in organizing these. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to call upon Mr. Akshay Kumar, immediate past president of ATOAI, to present a token of respect to Mr. Mukesh Kumar Meena. Thank you so much for being with us here today, sir.